Hi Year 3, welcome to your comprehension video for Tuesday the 2nd of February. So it's a video for you if you've got the Year 2 comprehension booklet. So yesterday we were starting looking at the text on page 16 about the Tower of London, and I set you lots of literacy tasks in your purple book. And then we also completed the first 3 questions. So today we're going to be completing the rest of our questions, and I've got some more challenges for you to do in your purple books. So let's start by warming ourselves up, ready for our session today. So my warm-up today. Now I need you to help me Year 3 because I've rushed to write some sentences and I haven't checked my work. So I need you to become the teacher today in our warm-up and spot my mistakes. So I've got 3 sentences here that I'd like you to write correctly in your purple books, okay? Now, I know lots of you at home will have already spotted some of the mistakes I've made. I may have missed out some full stops, my capital letters. I've definitely not used my phonics very well to help me spell some words, and I think I've missed out some words because some of the sentences don't seem to make sense. So I wonder if you can correct them for me, okay? So I'm going to have a little read of these sentences and then I'm going to show you how I'd like it laid out in your purple books for our warm-up today. So my first sentence says, Polly was excited for her first day at school. Makes sense as a sentence, but I think I've spotted a couple of things that's wrong with that sentence. I think I can at least spot 3. She packed bag. She packed bag. She packed bag ready for the day. I wonder if you've noticed what's wrong with that one. When she left the house, she skipped school. She skipped school. Okay, so let's have a little go at the first sentence together in our purple books. So here's my work from yesterday where we did our nouns and adjectives activity, and lots of you did my all-star challenge. So I'm going to turn over, and in today's page I've wrote the date, which is Tuesday the 2nd of February. Okay, I'm going to underline that so it's very neat. In my neatest handwriting, and my title, I'm going to underline that. I've wrote Comprehension, which I've copied the spelling from my book, the front of our book cover. And this task is spot the mistakes. You might want to write spot the mistakes just so you remember what you're doing, okay? So I'm going to put that board up in a minute, and you can pause on my board so you can copy those sentences and write them correctly. But I've just wrote the first one down how I wrote it on the board, okay? So I've got Polly was excited for her first day at school. Now, straight away I've spotted I haven't got a capital letter for Polly, and it's the start of my sentence as well. So I'm going to start with Polly. I've got was. Now was is a tricky word to spell, but I've definitely rushed that. That's not how we spell was, it's s. So Polly was excited, that makes sense, for her first, they're all spelt correctly. Day. Now I've got the A sound there on day, but it's not the correct A sound. What A sound comes at the end of day? Oh, it's an A and a Y, isn't it? D-A-Y. There's my A sound. At. Oh, and on this one, I did put a full stop in. At school. And I'm just going to do one final check on that sentence to make sure I've corrected it properly. Polly was excited for her first day at school, full stop. I've got capital letters, full stops. I'm not missing out any words. So I'm just going to put that picture of the board up so you can pause the video and then correct my sentences in your purple book. You don't need to write out my sentence, you can just copy it down, but make sure you're correcting any capital letters, full stops, putting in any words if they're missing, and also thinking about how we spell the words. So here is the picture of my sentences. These are all wrong, so you might want to pause the board now so you can write up those sentences and correct them in your book. Can't wait to see if you manage to correct my sentences. Make sure you send us a picture of the corrected sentences. Okay, so we're going to move on. Once you've finished your warm-up challenge, we're going to go back to our text. Now, we've had a whole night's sleep since we last read this text, and it's really important that you pause the video and have a good read of it, okay? It can help jog your memory about what happened and what it told us about the Tower of London, and then you can have a go at summarising it, so remembering some of the facts it said. So I remember from yesterday, it said that the Tower of London used to be used as a prison, and it was also used, and still is today, to keep crown jewels safe, okay? Now, yesterday I asked you to pause the video and read this paragraph at the bottom about visiting the Tower of London, and hopefully in that paragraph you would have found out that millions of people all over the world go and visit the Tower of London, and it told you about the Tower Guards, okay? So pause the video now to have another read of our text so you're ready to answer our last 3 questions for today. Okay. So the last 3 questions we've got to answer, we're continuing to answer retrieval questions. So think about Rex the Retriever. Our learning question today is to continue to answer retrieval questions, a variety of them. So they're all different, they're worded differently, but it just means that you need to go scan and skim and search in the text and retrieve your answer. So, question number 4 then, it's asking you, how do the Tower Guards help the visitors? Now remember my top tip from yesterday? I said to use the question to help you scan and skim the text to find the information. So I would use there the words Tower Guards. So go and scan and skim your text for the word Tower Guards and then read around them words, and you should be able to find how they help the visitors. Number 5, what colour is the uniform that the Tower Guards normally wear? And I want 2 colours there. So you're searching for colours, so keep that in your head, those keywords of colours. You know all our colours, yellow, pink, purple, green, okay? There's lots more colours than that. Go and skim and scan and find me 2, okay? And last but not least, your last question to answer on our text today, would you like to visit the Tower of London? Why? Okay, so this question is not a retrieval question, it's a challenge question that we've put in at the end, and it's asking you your opinion. So you might say, yes, I would like to visit the Tower of London, or no, I would not. But most importantly, we want to know why. So what reasons for that? So you've been told in your text all about the Tower of London. If you would like to visit it, use some information from the text that's made you want to go and visit the Tower of London. If you don't, is there something in this text that's put you off, that maybe you're not interested in going to see the crown jewels? Okay, so make sure you're giving us some reasons for your answers. So when you've completed your final 3 questions on that page, I have got for you another all-star challenge. Okay, so it's completed in our purple book again. And this is an extra task, but remember, if you're completing these, we'd love to see a picture of them to keep sending them in year 3. So there's an extra task. Can you research and find 3 more landmarks that are in London? So the Tower of London is a landmark that's in London. Now, a landmark is an object or a feature of a place, okay? So the Tower of London, it's known for being in London. It's a landmark in London. It's a feature of London, which is the place. So you need to go on the internet, on Google for this, and type in landmarks in London, okay? And you can pick 3 of them that you think would be the most fun to go and visit or go and see, okay? So I'm just going to show you how you could write that in your purple books. Okay, so for my challenge, my extra challenge, if you'd like to complete it, I'm going to get my iPad and I'm going to search in Google London landmarks, okay? And then there are lots of pages, and even at the top, it gives you lots to go through. Now have a look at them and pick the ones that you think you'd like to go to the most, okay? So in my purple book, when I've done my sentences, so hopefully you should have completed your spot the mistake sentences, underneath that, I'm going to write London landmarks. Okay, I'm going to underline that so my book is super neat. And I'm going to write it in a list sentence because I know that you did list sentences the other day with Miss Morgan. So I'm going to pick my 3. So I can see Tower Bridge on there. Now I've already been to Tower Bridge, so I'm going to pick somewhere different. Ooh, so Big Ben looks exciting. So I would like to visit. I'm going to copy it, Big Ben, comma. I'm going to have more in my list. Oh, now I've seen on my iPad the London Eye. That looks exciting. Goes up very high, so I'm going to have that. I would like to visit Big Ben, the London Eye, and one place that I've always wanted to go to is Buckingham Palace, okay, to see where the Queen lives. So I'm going to copy that down. Now it's a list sentence, so I've got Big Ben, London Eye, and Buckingham Palace. I need an and to connect the last 2 things in my list sentence, okay? So, and, capital B for Buckingham. I'm going to copy the spelling if I'm unsure. Buckingham Palace, full stop. Now, if you want to tell me why you want to go to those places and do some more research, that's even better, year 3. But I just want you to try and do me a list sentence of 3 more landmarks that you could find that are in London that you'd quite like to go to. So I wrote, I would like to visit Big Ben, comma, the London Eye, and Buckingham Palace, full stop. So I can't wait to see your work for today, year 3. Make sure you send in lots of pictures of all of your comprehension answers and your Spot the Mistake challenge. And if you want to, your All-Star challenge as well. So good luck, and I'll see you soon.